So as you can see after the game, Caitlin Clark and Sophie are both running up to the referee here. They are both so upset, and the referee is just walking away from them. He won't even look at them in the face. He keeps turning, like Sophie even went up at one point and is like tapping on his arm. He would not even look at them.
The Indiana Fever just played their biggest game of the season in front of a packed house, full of playoff energy. All eyes were on Caitlin Clark as she faced the defending champions. It should have been an unforgettable night for the WNBA, but it turned into chaos instead. The referees ended up stealing the spotlight, and not in a good way. Caitlin Clark was clearly fouled but didn't get the call. Lexi Hull was unfairly charged with a foul that never happened. It seemed like every call favored New York. Fans were confused and upset, and even Fever coach Stephanie White said she's had enough. Caitlin Clark spoke out too, and this wasn't just a one-time issue. It's part of a bigger problem hurting the league's reputation. Then, things got even more serious. The WNBA took the historic step of suspending Commissioner Kathy Engelbert. Internal reports said she ignored growing concerns about poor officiating from players, coaches, and fans. This was the first time the league acted like this, but many expected it. Behind the scenes, some team owners and leaders had been pushing for her to step down, especially as stars like Caitlin spoke up. For many, this isn't just about bad calls. It's about the future of the league. The WNBA is growing fast, but if they don't fix this, they risk losing the fans and momentum they've worked hard to build. So, let's look at what happened, what it means for the league, and why fixing these issues is more important now than ever.
They've done a great job of rigging this. They've done a great job of rigging this league. The league, they're not even being subtle. They're not even being subtle. Oh my God, this is embarrassing. This is embarrassing.
Let's be honest. A lot of people think the WNBA is looking rigged right now, and they're not holding back. From the moment the Indiana Fever stepped on the court, something just didn't feel right. This wasn't any ordinary game. It had the intensity of a playoff battle. The crowd in Indianapolis was buzzing. The top players showed up, and everything was set for a great night. But while the Fever came ready to fight, the referees seemed to have a different agenda. Caitlin Clark was fouled repeatedly with no calls. Lexi Hull played tough, clean defense, yet got called for a foul that never happened. This didn't seem like just bad luck. It felt like something was seriously off.
The fact that this referee wouldn't even acknowledge the players was kind of crazy to me. Like when I saw that, I said, this is really strange because the referee should have enough confidence in the calls that they made to at least discuss. You should be able to at least discuss something.
Meanwhile, the Liberty kept getting call after call, practically living at the free throw line. And let's be real, this isn't just a one-time thing. It's starting to look like a pattern. So think about it. If you watched the game live, did any of it seem fair? This problem didn't just pop up last night. Ever since Caitlin Clark joined the league, she's faced constant physical play. She's been pushed, grabbed, and hit when the ball wasn't even near her. And most of the time, the refs just looked the other way. Remember that cheap shot from Kennedy Carter? It wasn't just unnecessary. It was dangerous. But the officials acted like it was no big deal. No flagrant foul. No technical foul. Just a common foul, and then they moved on. And it's not only Clark who's feeling this. The whole Fever team keeps getting the short end of the whistle, game after game. Fans notice it. Players feel it. And honestly, it's starting to wear everyone down.
I can't believe what I'm about to say. The Indiana Fever, with the strongest, loudest, most intimidating home court advantage in all the WNBA, just got robbed at home. I saw it with my own two eyes live on CBS.
Want the facts? Here they are. The Fever are down by 31 in free throw difference this season. That's not a mistake. It's a huge warning sign. Now, back to the Liberty game. On paper, it had everything. Caitlin Clark setting up Aliyah Boston, Lexi Hull shutting down opponents on defense, exciting plays, and big momentum swings. This should have been a WNBA classic. But instead of great basketball, we got a referee show. New York took 32 free throws. Indiana? Only 15. That's more than double. In a close game, that's not just numbers. That decides the game. It wasn't just how many calls were made. It was the kind of calls. The Liberty got soft fouls called their way. The Fever? Nothing. Even when they were hit hard. It felt like two completely different rule books. Caitlin Clark was pushed and shoved all night, And on the last play, she was fouled 4 times, grabbed, pushed, hit. But no whistle blew. Ask yourself, would that ever happen to LeBron or Steph Curry in the final seconds of a tight playoff game? Absolutely not.
Disappointing, that it doesn't go both ways, or it hasn't gone both ways. But we also can't allow that to consume us, right? Like, we've got to be able to play through that. We've got to be able to control the things that we can control. I felt like at times our late game execution was good, and I consider most of the latter half of the fourth quarter, because it was a tight ball game.
Let's talk about Coach Stephanie White, and she didn't hold anything back. Right after the game, in the press conference, she spoke out loud and clear. A -31 free throw difference, and we're supposed to be the ones attacking the basket. The disrespect is real. That wasn't just frustration, it was pure anger, and it's been building for a while. Her message wasn't just aimed at the refs, it was for her team. I see what's happening. I'm with you, and I'm not staying quiet. For a young team still figuring things out, that kind of leadership means everything. Then there's Caitlin Clark. She didn't openly call out the officials, but her body language said it all. You saw the disbelief in her eyes. You heard the frustration in her voice, and you felt the exhaustion in her tone. Aliyah Boston kept it simple with a quiet no comment, but after watching these games, that silence speaks volumes. Now, here's where things get serious. The WNBA has reportedly suspended Commissioner Kathy Engelbert, the first time this has ever happened. Why? Internal reports say she ignored months of growing complaints about poor officiating. Players were speaking up. Coaches were fed up. Fans had seen enough. On top of that, rumors say some team owners were quietly pushing for her removal. Once stars like Caitlin Clark started speaking out publicly, the writing was on the wall. Some say Kathy was made a scapegoat. Others say it was about time. Either way, this is the biggest shakeup the league has seen in years. Here's the bottom line. The WNBA is at a crucial crossroads. The league is finally getting the spotlight it deserves. Attendance is rising. TV ratings are climbing. Caitlin Clark alone has brought millions of new fans to the sport. But what do those fans see? Missed calls, one-sided officiating, referees who don't even try to hide it, and fans notice. They know the game. They know what a foul looks like. If this keeps up, those fans won't stick around. The WNBA has a huge chance right now, but if they want to keep these new fans and earn their trust, they need to fix this fast.
This is another year and another case of WNBA referees dropping the ball, not making the right calls when it comes to Caitlin.
The WNBA had a real chance to turn casual fans into lifelong supporters, but with every missed call and unfair whistle, they're pushing people away. So here's the question. Would you keep watching a league that doesn't stand up for its biggest stars? It's time for the WNBA to get serious. This isn't just about fixing the refs, it's about protecting the heart and fairness of the game. Every player, no matter how famous, deserves a level playing field. Because here's the truth. If the league loses Caitlin Clark's fans, they won't get a second shot like this. The Fever have stepped up. Their players are battling hard. Their coach is speaking out. Their fans are showing up. Now it's the league's turn to prove they care. So, what really happened with Commissioner Kathy Engelbert? At first, the league said she made a bold move, suspending referees after reviewing the chaotic Fever as Liberty game footage. The official reason? Holding officials accountable and protecting the game. But behind closed doors, things were different. Sources say that very night, Engelbert was quietly asked to resign by top WNBA leaders. This wasn't about one bad game. The pressure had been building for months over claims of bias, especially favoring the New York Liberty. And this isn't just fan talk. These concerns are coming from inside the league. Remember last year's WNBA Finals? The Liberty beat the Minnesota Lynx in a tight series, and what caught attention was what came after. Commissioner Engelbert walked onto the court wearing the Liberty's colors. Fans at home were shocked. People asked, why is the commissioner wearing the other team's colors after their win? That moment didn't feel right, and for many, it confirmed their suspicions. The image of Engelbert smiling and handing the trophy in Liberty colors went viral. To fans, it didn't look neutral. It looked like she was on the Liberty's side. And after a game with controversial calls that helped New York win, that moment only got worse with time. Was it just a fashion choice? Maybe. But for fans who already thought the league favored the Liberty's star team, it felt like proof. That trophy ceremony planted doubt, and every questionable call since only made it worse. The recent game against Indiana, the last straw, missed calls, no whistles, a huge free throw gap. It felt all too familiar and obvious this time. Then the league's response came, suspending the referees, but only after fans blew up social media. It felt like damage control. Behind the scenes, insiders say team owners and executives were already pushing for change. And with Caitlin Clark bringing millions of new viewers, the league couldn't risk another scandal. So Kathy Engelbert became the message, the scapegoat. What began as a move to hold refs accountable ended with the commissioner being shown the door. Because this isn't just basketball anymore. It's about image, trust, and fairness. And in 2025, with the world watching, the WNBA couldn't afford another mess. Not with Caitlin Clark at the center. Let's be honest. Would any of this have happened if Caitlin wasn't here? Probably not. She's not just changing the game. She's changing the league itself. Her presence brings packed arenas, big TV deals, and sky-high expectations. That means every missed call makes headlines. And that Liberty's Fever game, it wasn't just a bad night. It was a national embarrassment. So what did the league do? They panicked, suspended the refs, shut down critics, and quietly, maybe reluctantly, told their commissioner it was time to go. Because if Caitlin's fans start feeling like this league isn't fair or safe, they'll walk away, and with them goes the biggest wave of momentum the WNBA has ever had. So here's the real question. Did the WNBA make the right call, or did they just show how broken things really are? Are the refs really that bad, or is something deeper at play? Drop your thoughts in the comments. Should the WNBA clean house with officiating, or is this just early season chaos? And if you made it this far, drop a because you're on fire. Thanks for watching. And trust me, this story isn't over yet. See you in the next one.